Preparation. There is this belief that so many young actors have, that the preparation process is about, let's say in the audition situation, that it's about running over your scene and making sure that you know your lines. And that's how people prepare. And it's not about that. It's not about it in auditions. It's not about it in performance. What preparation is about is getting the instrument ready to do the chore that lies in front of it. And how does the instrument do that? Well, there are two parts to preparation. There is the preparation that consists of all of the preparation that we've done up to that point. Meaning, all of the homework that we have done. Now, when I talk about writing down your 5 steps, one of the reasons why we write them down is so that when necessary, we can go back and review them. Uta Hagen, one of the great actresses of the 20th century, and certainly one of the great teachers of the 20th century, and author of possibly the best acting books, challenge to the actor in respect for acting. When she was in a play, she'd get to the theater, she would have her 5 steps lining her dressing room mirror, so that when she was putting on her costume and her makeup, she could review her 5 steps. Now, of course, she didn't call them 5 steps. I think she had like 11, but they're the same identical steps as my 5 steps. They're just numbered differently. When I talk about the unconscious, and I say that the unconscious is like quicksand, that we throw information or life experiences go into our unconscious, and they remain on the surface for a while, right? And as time goes on, they sort of sink into the quicksand. They don't go away. They don't disappear. They stay inside of the quicksand, just the way our experiences and the things that we learn and everything don't disappear. They stay within inside of us. They're just not at the surface and not available. When you review your 5 steps, what you're doing is resurfacing your information, making it available, bringing it to the surface. I can do that very quickly when I've been working on a role and working on a part, okay? Because it hasn't gone very deep into the quicksand of the unconscious, okay? So it's very easy to bring to the surface. But I want it available. I want all of the information and everything I need to to go out on stage, I want it to be available to me. Okay? If I don't do the work, if I'm not clear and specific about it, when I go into my auditions, when I go out on stage, I'm not going to be ready, and I am not going to be at my best. Okay? And remember, you need to always be seen at your best in an audition situation, in a performance situation. Always be seen at your best. So I need to make sure I do my homework, that I make my choices, that I invest in the creation of the life of my character and understand the situations that my character is in from every point of view and focus. That being said, and that hopefully is what you are all doing, and I want you to continue to do. The next part of preparation is the immediate before life. Life does not begin when I say my first word. Life does not begin when I take my first step on stage. Life begins before that. We are all coming from someplace, and we will all be going someplace. And I need to know what it is. Okay, so now I have my before life that I have to create. Well, let's say the playwright has given it to us. Let's say the playwright has said the character is coming from a funeral, and the character has had a very sad experience at the funeral. Okay? Well, that gives me a place to come from, but that's not good enough. I want something that is going to happen to me minutes, even seconds before I enter on stage, before my audition begins. I want something very clear and very specific that I can create and come from that place when I enter on stage, when I start my audition. Again, we can get something from a playwright. One of the most famous examples of that is in Neil Simon's Barefoot in the Park. The characters, the young married couple in the play, have moved into a five-floor walk-up, which is actually 6 floors because there is a flight of stairs leading into the brownstone that they've moved into. So everybody has the opportunity of coming in and making their entrance from the point of view of having climbed 6 flights of stairs, right? And how they do it. Well, her mother, an elderly woman, comes in gasping for breath. She can barely speak. A younger person comes jogging in, and they're in pretty good condition. I remember there's a telephone repairman who comes in, and he has to have lugged up his equipment up all of these flights of